Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
There's the whistle.
With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had...
Oh, terrible pass. And he's running through.
Oh, he's on his own!
Mbappe! Goal! Inter!
The first significant strike.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Chelsea are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And here's Semenyo. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Palmer.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Tchouaméni makes a dash for it. Thuram.
There's a lot to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Wan-Bissaka cuts out the pass.
It's a throw-in.
Barella gets a foot in here. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Thuram.
Bruno Fernandes. Lovely bit of skill.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Searching pass he's played there. So just a one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0.
Barella. Aims beyond the defence. Decent chance!
And that's a good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Great challenge, time to perfection.
Probing pass.
Good ball over the top.
No luck with that dink over the top. Nuno Mendes. For Rice.
Vinicius Junior. Bruno Fernandes.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play.
It's gone for a throw-in. Ah, he's given it away.
Rice. And it's Tchouaméni. And it's Mendes.
That's very neat. Played in.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Nuno Mendes. Not the most accurate pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Semenyo. Rice. Here's Tchouaméni. And here's Dembele.
Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
He's in a great position here. He has found...
Tries a shot! Vinicius Junior.
Can he spark a counter here? Inter Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van der Ven kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Dembele. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Tchouaméni, that has ended up in no man's land.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And here's Højlund. This looks promising. Deftly away. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, so I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
These grounds.
Inter Milan looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 42.
So we're underway for the second half.
Coming on to replace him is number 22, Bruno Fernandes.
It'll be a throw-in. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Saliba, Tchouaméni, Timber. And it's Timber. And it's Rice. And it's Dembele. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. He's found a way through. Can he get on the end of this? And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Dembele. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it takes a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Timber getting this one clear. Oh, nice touch. He's shifting through the gears here. Here comes the cross.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Inter Milan are 2 up early in the second half. Bruno Fernandes, and he's quick to return it. Mendes has been caught there, it's a foul. Oh, he's taken it. Dembele. Wan-Bissaka clears it away. Mbappe on 2 now and looking for 3.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of being taken off.
Mbappe being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He can run onto that. Thuram is flagged offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 20.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 10, Dembele. Number 19, Højlund.
Vinicius
Number
Junior.
25.
Now, can they get him away? Well, that's beautifully weighted.
Coming on the field.
He's picked his way through.
Number 29, Barcola. Number 9, Omar
He's
Mamouche.
free, he has got...
Number
There's the
18,
shot!
Terhogia.
And he's there to belt it away.
Number 37, Van de Ven. Substitution
Taken
in
back
progress.
almost at once. Inter Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Looking for the run. Martinez. And he's got away from him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Martinez. Martinez stood his ground strongly. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Traoré, Bruno Fernandes gets into a good position. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Driving forward. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable. Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get...
He's having a pop! Somewhat off target. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Barcola. And it's Rice. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Could move up a gear here. Oh, that's fabulous. And here's Vinicius Junior. Great vision. Chance for a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Traoré, Van de Ven. And that's another good win of the ball. And we're done. Inter Milan are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner.
And a quick announcement.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and welcome
all the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Thuram! It's a loose ball. Oh, what has happened here?
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pass somewhat off target. Tchouaméni going forward. Barella trying to keep this in.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Rice.
First quarter of an hour gone. He has a look up. It's Dembele! A real chance and a real let-off.
Tchouaméni gathers from the goal kick. Can he get it through? Neither side yet able to find the net.
That's good running with the ball.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He can run onto that.
And it's hoisted clear.
And it's Eze. Barella. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Palmer. Driving on and making good progress. And he's intervened well there. Nuno Mendes.
Looking to play him in.
Palmer.
Bruno Fernandes. And now the breakaway.
Rice. Searching pass he's played there. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Half an hour played now. Timber. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Palmer. Tchouaméni. And Wan-Bissaka. And here's Eze. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And that is out of play. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Dinks one through. And he's gone looking for safety. Barella, Thuram.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Palmer scooting forward.
He's shifting through the gears here.
That's destined for the flank.
Oh, nice touch. Oh no, what has happened here?
Tchouaméni. And it's Eze.
Such good technique.
Good ball, good take. And he's managed to get free.
Vinicius Junior!
And that is well cleared. It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Chance for a shot! Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Mendes
Can get it clear. Vinicius Junior.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Vinicius Junior! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty.
Inter Milan have themselves a chance from the spot. This for the lead. Just one winner. Not much more than a formality.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Now this could be a chance. And he's straight offside.
Bruno Fernandes.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Bruno Fernandes.
And that has put paid to that.
Inter are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Nuno Mendes.
Vinicius Junior.
Being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
And here's Bruno Fernandes. And he's cut it out. And that pass isn't the best. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Eze. Number 22.
Looking for options for movement.
Fernandez.
Aimed at the far side.
Number 10.
And he's there to clear it.
Coming on the field.
He's beat and the
Number
shot!
21, Rafinha.
Yildiz plays it long.
Mason Greenwood.
Well, that's
Number
certainly more like it.
42,
They can't let the intensity
Semenyo.
drop now, Peter.
Well,
Substitution
they're looking a
taking
whole
place.
lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And it's Dembele. Nuno Mendes stood up well to him there. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Yildiz finds himself offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 20.
The two coaches are
Vinicius
signalling changes
Junior.
here, both at the same
Coming
time.
on the field is number 18, Pedro Girassi. Substitution in progress.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, he's had a shot! Well taken goal. There seemed no way back, but they are level. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Chelsea restore parity.
Well, this poses a very interesting question now, Peter. Do they push on to try and win it in normal time? They certainly have the momentum.
Martinez.
And here's Yildiz.
Oh, good take.
It's Dembele!
And that's a real chance missed.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Substitution on the field. Number 41.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that. Inter really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now it's Pedri. Thinks about the shot. Yildiz
There's alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Chelsea clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Semenyo.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Rafinha. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
And it's Pedri.
It's a good spell of possession, this.
Tchouaméni. Girassi.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Yildiz.
Can they find an extra gear here? Now that's well seen too.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Nuno Mendes. Semenyo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Saliba gets it away. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So a brief break, and then we will be back
Just a
for
quick
more.
announcement, and an exciting one too. We're about to announce today's lottery numbers. Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.
90 minutes gone, and nothing between them still. Inter Milan conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? No, it's come to nothing. And here's the chance to counter. Semenyo. That is lovely. He's a sharp little ball here. Van der Ven tries to clear. Girassi takes a shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Greenwood. Locatelli. Oh, just skips past his man. Rafinha has got himself a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Dembele was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Tchouaméni. And it's Mendes. Greenwood. Now that looks a decent ball. Barella has it in a wide position. Konate cuts it out.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
It's a pretty loose pass. Girassi. Now, can they charge? Surely! Oh, that could be pivotal! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
He's not got that quite right. So that was it, the first period of extra time. The teams then separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide.
Substitution on the field, number 25.
Exhaustion,
Mendes.
physical and mental.
On the field
Will we
is
find a winner?
Number 37.
This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left?
Great ball if he can get there. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Greenwood. That is good alertness. James. Greenwood getting forward. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Greenwood clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Big chance! That has been slung wide. That's a good...
There's the shot! And there's a goal! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Locatelli.
Well, they've got it again.
Now James. Tchouaméni. And that will be it. Inter Milan can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So things are underway. Chelsea have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
Cherki. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Van der Ven promptly onto that, and that is that. It's not an especially good pass, that. Nuno Mendes. That's a good run down the left. Vinicius Junior has the space to scheme. First quarter of an hour gone. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Foot in. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Thuram. Thuram has it in a wide position. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
And here's Dembele. And that's a good ball. Shot goal! It's in! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Inter really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Number 9, Thuram.
Chelsea have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Tchouaméni. And it's Mendes. Now it's Palmer. Whistle's gone, that's foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Nuno Mendes, and it's Palmer. Looking for the run. Chelsea are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Barella to Bruno Fernandes. Vinicius Junior. Oh, now he can run away with it. Now that is a hefty challenge. And it's been hooked away. Vitinha, nicely shaped ball. That looks a cracking ball. Thuram, he's shifting through the gear. Thuram! And one more try! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
That's beautifully weighted.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now?
Can he get it through? Thuram.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And here's Thuram.
Thuram really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Passing is crisp and sharp. Decent chance! And that was very necessary. And that marks a high-octane end to the first half.
How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, so I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So off we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Great chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Bruno Fernandes with the short one. The ball goes in. Mendes can clear it away. Cherki. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Tchouaméni. Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And it's slung out wide. Tchouaméni gets a good foot in there. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Great ball if he can get there.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's a sharp little ball here. Van de Ven. Chelsea appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Dembele. Number 22,
Thuram being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat out to turn.
And Martinez! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Martinez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Impressive jump. No, just not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Nicely intercepted.
time and again they are repelled. Inter Milan, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Takes a shot! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Chelsea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
A case now of complete control. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Nuno Mendes. Konate opts for safety. Just about up to 75 minutes. Not the most convincing of passes. And it's Vitinha. Tchouaméni. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Tchouaméni. It's Thuram. Thuram running with the ball. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Can he spark a counter here? And it's been played through. He's in! Must be! He's in a great position here. And the cross comes in. And he's there to deal with it. Martinez.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Vinicius Junior going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Now it's Yildiz. And a goal kick. And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Volunteers for each block, please report to the staff room immediately.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and
all
welcome
the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Oh, it's Dembele. Thuram. Really fierce, close defending. Mendes venturing down the left. Spread neatly. That's tidy. Well read, and the danger is averted. And it's Palmer. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pass somewhat off target. First quarter of an hour gone. Thuram shot a goal! Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Can he get on the end of this? Eze. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of...
Whistle's gone, that's foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Barella, and the pass is intercepted. Dembele, he's found some space. It's a good-looking delivery.
Well, Peter, he has to get his head up and gauge the landscape. Had he done so, he would have seen a barren plain.
Vitinha, now it's Eze. Nuno Mendes. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And that's gone loose. Wan-Bissaka. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Van de Ven. Tchouaméni.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Thuram. Cross to the back post. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Now it's Mbappe. That's a good run down the left. Mbappe. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's
Chelsea definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Wan-Bissaka. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. He's got away. Tries to pass it through. Plays it in low. And it's been hooked away. Palmer.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Bruno Fernandes. And here's Thuram. Now that looks a decent ball. Tries a shot! And he can thump it away. Nuno Mendes. Some good work on the right flank here. And he's managed to get free. And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So straight into the second half.
Inter clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Bruno Fernandes. This is a promising build-up. Bruno Fernandes.
Inter are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Bruno Fernandes. Eze.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Thuram.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Aimed beyond the defence. Thuram. Towering header! And he hits the net! Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution on the field. Number 13.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Dembele.
So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Can he spark a counter here? Played out to the left flank. Yildiz is onto this.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Keeper's dealt with that.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Great defending, strong and determined. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
And here's Thuram. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. It's a pretty loose pass. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Now it's Thuram.
Chelsea needed that, they really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
That is a brilliant interception. Vitinha knocks it into space. Vinicius Junior! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allowed the defence to regroup and stop the attack.
Substitution on the field.
This is their second corner of the game.
Number 22, Bruno Fernandes. Number 17, Vitinha. Coming on the field, number 18,
Keeper has taken decisive action.
Rafinha. Number 23, Barella.
Mendes tries to clear. Inter Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
Chelsea really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe, and he's had it nicked away. Can he get it through? Yildiz receives it in a wide position. Barella. Mendes clears it away. And it's Barella. And that is expertly dealt with. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Driving forward. Rafinha. He's had a shot! And that has been knocked clear. Showing good feet. In towards the back stick. And he can clear it away. Chelsea have reclaimed it.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And the shot! Oh, good finish! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Inter Milan have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Now it's Yildiz. He's a sharp little ball here, so no flag here. Mbappe! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up. And that is as far as it goes. Inter Milan can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Yildiz taking in the accolades, having been named man of... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So things are underway. Vinicius Junior! There it is! The first significant strike. Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
And it's Vitinha.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Barella. Bruno Fernandes. Konate, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Big chance! And he thumps it clear. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Thuram has got himself a free kick. So what can they conjure from this one?
And it's Barella.
A probing pass, and he's picked it up out wide. Barella picks it up out wide, played back into the centre. Can he get it through? And he's cut it out.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Neatly clipped into space. He's picked his way through. Their urgent chance! And that's a good finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Vinicius Junior. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's picked out the run. Ball quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he's quick to get rid. Knocks it into space. Barella. Tchouaméni. Good ball over the top. Palmer was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nuno Mendes. Mendes making good progress. Timber. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. Bruno Fernandes. Chelsea are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Konate. Timber. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Pass has gone astray. Towering header! No, just not quite. Nuno Mendes. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Palmer unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, that's fabulous. Pass is just off target. And he can clear it away. Rafinha. Cross from Rafinha. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Tchouaméni. The most accurate pass. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he shoots! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are disappearing out. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Back on the way then. 45 minutes to change their fate. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That's a nicely weighted pass. That's the keeper's ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dink through. He's in a great position here. Tries a shot! And that's a sharp finish. They are playing them off the park. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. That pass has been well intercepted. Nicely weighted ball. Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's had a shot!
Substitution on the field.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Him is number 18.
Vinicius Junior.
Substitution
Chelsea
in progress.
are looking to go forward now. He has found the way through. James did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Vinicius Junior being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Now it's Girassi. Oh, shooting chance! Inter Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Thuram. Now, can they get him away? And they win it back again. Chelsea needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Thuram. Now it's Thuram. Rafinha does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And it's Barella. Oh, that is a nice touch. Looking to play him in. Bruno Fernandes. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Yildiz. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Nuno Mendes. He is through here. Barella. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Vinicius Junior. Passing is crisp and sharp. Barella. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. He can run onto that. He's got away. And a chance! Looking for options for movement. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Please join me in wishing all the best for members of our fan club celebrating their wedding anniversary today.